Hello students, welcome to the continuation of cloud computing. We will be seeing some more details about the basic concepts of cloud computing, mainly the desired features that exist in cloud computing and also the challenges and risks that we may face when we are using cloud computing. So let's first see the desired features of a cloud. So mainly cloud has certain essential features, and these enable services that will truly represent the cloud computing model and satisfy expectations of the consumers and also the cloud offerings, that is the cloud service providers. So there are four important features, mainly self-service, per usage metered and billed, then elasticity, then customizable. We will see each of them in detail. When we say self-service, we mean that the consumers of the cloud computing service. See, already we have learned that cloud servicing is an expect on-demand facility. So we are expecting instant access to resources whenever we want. So to support this expectation, cloud must allow self-service. That is access so that customers can request, customize, pay and use services without the intervention of human operators. See, normally we are going to a supermarket. So we call it self-service because we don't need to depend on anybody to come and take and give us the items that are displayed there. We are free to go and choose whatever we want and also load it in our cart. So the same way here also, supposing the engineer or the client, he is making a request for any resource from the cloud. So the cloud need not take the permission of any human being on the other side. It can on its own decide, that is the software that is provided with the cloud service is giving the result immediately to the user without any human operator intervention. So that is what is meant by self-service. Whenever the user has a demand, he can do self-service. The second important feature is about per usage metering and billing. Now cloud computing eliminates upfront commitment by the user. See, we are taking a cell phone package. We are taking it as a prepaid, postpaid. So anyway, we are paying some money either before or after and so on. But here, this is only when whatever we are using. See, it is eliminating upfront commitment by the user and allows them to request and use only the necessary amount. So we are priced on a short-term basis. If I want it hour-wise, I can pay. If I want it month-wise, I can pay. So on. So it is efficient trading of service such as pricing, accounting and billing. So for what we are using the service, we will be priced accordingly and accounted accordingly, and our bill will be produced accordingly. So metering should be done accordingly for different types of services. So there are different types of services offered by the cloud. We may either opt for a storage, or we may need some processing resources, or we may take some bandwidth requirements. So for every particular resource, there will be a particular rating, particular billing, pricing, accounting, and accordingly only we will be billed. So we don't need to pay any advance amount or excess amount and so on. For whatever we are using, we are going to pay. So cloud is otherwise also termed as pay as you go, pay as you use. All these terminologies you might have come across. The third important feature is about elasticity. Now, cloud computing gives the user the illusion of infinite computing resources available on demand. What this means is, it is something like an elastic rubber band you're having. If you have it in your hand, if you want, you can stretch it or expand it to how much ever the capacity of the rubber band. And if you want, you can shrink it and contract it. So depending on my requirement for the resources, I can automatically get my application load increased, that is scaling up. Or if I don't want that much of resources, that much of load, I can get it released. I can release the resources that I'm holding so I can scale down. So it is always available on demand. Whenever I want, I can use. See, today I might have requested for 10 GB to work today morning. But as I started to do my work, I realized that 10 GB is too much for me. Why I require, my work got over with only 2 GB. So the 8 GB, what do? I don't need to worry. In between the work, I find that I have completed my work with 2 GB. So I can immediately release away the remaining 8 GB. So I will be billed and charged only for the used 2 GB. So that way I have this elasticity feature. Then the final feature is called as customization. So in a multi-tenant cloud, meaning to say that, see, the cloud is a huge storage. It is not that I alone will be using it. There will be so many people using it. But then the cloud provider sees to that every user gets his need met. So if I am, let's say, renting a house, for my requirement, the owner will do some modifications. The very next portion, he may do some other modifications for the next tenant, and so on. So similarly here also, even if both users are requesting for the same amount of resource, the usage type or the infrastructure service, all this might differ. So based on that, the service of class, whether I want a platform as a service, software as a service, or infrastructure as a service. But don't get confused with these terminologies. In the second unit, we will learn all this very much in detail. So for the time being, you can just understand that there are various types of services available. So depending on the user need, the cloud is customizing it and giving it to you. So two users need not have the same need. Based on their requirement, the cloud service provider will customize and provide the resources.